we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside the Mayhem, live here on the Vortex Racing Network. You've got Mean Gene Money, the voice of MRL, and it is time to look inside the playoffs. That's right. We have started Season 4 playoffs. Race number 1 of the round of 12 brings the boys to Homestead Miami Speedway to figure out who is going to advance to the next round and who is going to be pressed against the wall, in your favorite metaphor. And guest star today, we're going to bring in the winner of today's race. That's right, the number 53, Colin Bollinger. Colin, are you there, my friend?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Uh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Colin's got the in the booth with us. He's got the headphones on. They were on David Owens just last week, so they might be a little bit bigger than your head, but it seems like they are going to fit, and we're going to do great. Colin, crazy race today. Coming into this thing, you came up just a little bit short of the regular season playoffs, and it seemed like at some point at Chicagoland, you almost seemed resigned that was just how it was going to be. Was there a point at Chicagoland where you just said, I'm going to finish this thing and get ready for the playoffs?
Yeah. I mean, we started in the back there too, like we did tonight, and the cards didn't fall. We were expecting. I think we had one caution, and I tried to save a set of tires, and then it went. I think it ended up going green the rest of the way. So, yeah, no. After that, about halfway through the race, I was like, all right, well, we'll just try to get back to a top 10 if we could. And I think we might have finished 12th or so. So yeah, no, we were just trying to finish the race for sure.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And David Owens did end up taking that regular season championship, but you had a lot of playoff points going into this thing, second in points, in a great position. Again, choosing not to qualify. Very interesting strategy, but it has not bitten you as we consider to see your team of drivers, that being you, Sean Walton, Andrew Bolander, and Daniel Smith, managing to make this strategy pay off week after week. Well, let's go ahead and talk about today's race. First race in our round of 12, Homestead Miami Speedway. And you weren't the fastest guy in practice. You started in the middle, but managed to have that amazing speed. But we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the first guy who was showing off. And I think that would have to be Tony Iverson. Tony Iverson putting down lap after lap. This guy, what were you thinking about Tony out there at this stage, early on, watching him?
I mean, it's impressive. I mean, like I said in the at the post race interview right after the race earlier, know that he's quick and he's quick at a lot of tracks, but thankfully with the pit strategy and you just saving the tires throughout, I wasn't not so much worried, but we knew he'd come back to us, and if that caution doesn't come out there, I think he was gonna be in a rough spot. I'm not sure exactly where he would have. He probably would have got back in the top 10, but I don't think he would have been up there in the top 5 or so. But no, he was very quick though. Him and Kelly.
Now, this was a transition race. Do you think that transition right there, we see a shot of Kelly sliding into the pits. Do you think the transition had something to do that as well? I did talk to Tony before the show, and he said the transition might have caught him a little unaware as far as that tire wear. Were you anticipating the track changing, or did you just kind of calculate that as the numbers went?
I mean, you can know. It started off like pretty much. Look, the sun was starting to set a little bit, but you could tell as it gradually gets towards the nighttime that you can honestly beat the car a little more and be harder on the tires. I mean, I tried to keep the tires underneath me and not really slide them around too much. And but yeah, other guys they were treating them hard as the sun went down, and which you can. But I just stuck to my strategy, and I mean, obviously it worked, but yeah, it's tough. I mean, some guys stuck to the strategy. Some guys can run harder, and it's honestly for whatever works for that person. Some guys it works for. Some other guys can't really do it. It really depends on the driver.
Yep, the driver, and of course the amount of cautions today. Only seeing the 2 cautions, and I think we've got video of one of those cautions here today involving your rival David Owens. Oh, you don't? Yeah, you could. What? All right. Well, it looks like we're not going to actually play that. But David Owens, again with a technical issue, how that's got to hurt a little bit, Colin. You are a very competitive guy, and David Owens definitely has to be on your radar as a guy you're competing at week after week. And in fact, I saw you come on the radio when David had that technical issue. You were the first guy to actually express your condolences to him. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I even told him after the race, it's a little bit of both. I'm upset because like we had, yeah, I think it was me, him, Andrew, and then Novella that had enough fuel to make it to the end. So I'm like, on one hand, it really stunk that we had to restack everybody, and instead of fighting maybe 3 guys, we had to fight 15 guys or 16 guys. But at the same time, it sucks for him because I mean that he doesn't want that to happen, and I mean he was already 120 laps into a whole race, and that was the last thing he was expecting for sure. So no, it sucks for him, but I was mad for sure. But once you get out of the race and can realize actually what happened, you feel bad. It does suck for sure.
Yeah, I thought that was a class act. You were the first guy I was listening to race chat and express your condolences to David. Seeing that happen to David a few weeks in a row kind of has to get old for Owens. I just thought that was really nice of you to tell him, that you were not yet for him. All right, so let's see if we can go. Can we go forward to the restart on 114? Let's see if we can. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do some fun stuff here. So here we go. Here's our restart. And you could see Iverson out to that quick lead. Go ahead and walk me through this though, Colin, if you would be so kind.
I don't know what we're looking at. I don't have anything to look at.
Oh, I should have given you the video. So this was the restart on 114. You started on the outside. You started on the outside lane. Tony looked so good, but it only took you about a lap and a half to set this up. Do you remember the pass that you did on him? You're got right up on him coming in, and he's trying to hold that bottom.
Yeah, I think I passed him. I honestly can't remember. I need video. I'd have to go look. But no. Alrighty.
One more thing I'll touch on real quick, me and Gene, and I'll butt in real quick about David Owens again. Do you want to drop the bomb of what Owens said about his equipment failures? Because it has been about a month, and not only is it's frustrating Owens a lot, but I can tell you as well, guys, it's frustrating his fellow competitors just as much week in and week out. No one mad at Owens, but wanting a resolution, and Owens kind of giving us some inside information in between these two shows right here.
Are you able to go back for me?
Sorry. Oh yeah, absolutely. We will reset for that for you. We're gonna go back to.
Hey, you can see it. You can see it now. Maybe I should have given that to you.
That's all right.
We are new to this, me and Gene. We are very new, but here we go, Colin. You got it?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. So we're gonna go from the restart here.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Just going in, it looked like he had a great restart, and he did. And I think we were on pretty much fresh tires here, so I was gonna give it as much as I could to him. I don't know if it's this lap or is it the next lap that I end up passing him, but I can't even remember where I passed him at.
115, yeah. So it takes you about a lap. You're setting him up here, yeah.
The exit speed.
And on this, I will say, on this corner here, I could tell that even though it's 5 or 6 lap tires that he had before the pit stop that he had to stay on were affecting him. And it sucks, but that's how this track is. It's really bad on tire wear.
I think this is it.
Yeah, I just pulled a crosser on him off of 2, and he tried to fight it, but I think at that point, yeah, he backed out there and tried to get a crossover back, but didn't have enough run in. And honestly, that was pretty much it. I was just buying my time, and it came up on me, and I crossed him over. And then after that, there was really no other. Walton got close, but I had no real fight for the lead.
Yeah, So exactly. So that was 115. So if you could pull us forward to like 129 and you saw Sean, oh, is this Owens' magic moment? Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I do remember like saying in the chat, I'm like, oh, I think his wheel disconnected, and then I think I'm going into 3 already, and I see him on my relative. Oh, yeah.
And bring us up to 129. I think 129 is when Sean got about as close as he could. Yeah. So here, where you, because he was running 2/10, 3/10 faster. At this point, did he come up on your radar, or did you just decide, okay, I'm saving for this?
I'm always watching. I mean, I saw they got straightened out a little bit, and I was kind of, I think I might have transferred to the top after I saw him after a little while, but I was running the bottom for those couple laps, just saving the tires a little bit. Then once he got into range, it was time. I knew it was time to go, so that's when I started getting on it a little harder. And he bobbled there, and yep.
Yeah, Zach called that live.
He was fast, and he made a good charge at it. It just wasn't enough for him, but it was a great run though.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the stripe meter going for sure, but ended up being a heck of a day for your team. Is to see 1, 2, 3 come across good momentum going into that second round of the playoffs. So I'll ask you one more thing before we go. Tell us something about you that we wouldn't know from your bio.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys know right now?
We know everything, so you're going to have to tell us something intimate.
I mean, I grew up around racing stuff. I mean, I feel like a lot of people did. My dad drove asphalt modifieds and stuff, and I raced a little bit till I was about 14 or 15. So, I mean, it's nothing new. It's just transferring what I know now into this, and that's kind of gave me maybe a little edge. I don't know how much, but yeah, I mean, that's really it. I'm just like, I feel like everybody else, everybody in here seems like they've either been around NASCAR or watched race like NASCAR or have been in real racing at their local track, this or that. I mean, I'm no different than anybody else, really.
Can I pick his brain about that real quick, Mean Gene? Just one more question about that. When's the last time you were in like a quote unquote real, like a modified, a real race car? And how much? Oh, like we're talking like a decade.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say like 15 or probably 14 or 15. So it's almost been 10 years now.
10? Wow, I thought. Wow, you're only 20. Jeez, you're a young one, Colin. That's crazy.
So realistically, like 8 years. I'm only 22 now, so about 7, 8 years.
Mean Gene. Ugh, I like calling a whole lot less now.
Man, I got to put up with your speed for 20 more years. Jeez, Louise.
Dude, he has 11 more years till he's my age, and I feel kind of young sometimes. Ugh.
Man, I'm going to be collecting Social Security before you have a break off in your speed. Golly.
Oh, I hate that. Okay, and Colin, one more thing. And do you think that's an advantage, or how much of it is one? How much of an advantage is it? Because I've never been in a race car, but I am. That's the latter of what you described. I've been following racing since I was 8, 6 years old, and NASCAR especially, and I've been playing the video games since I was that age, but didn't pick up the sim until around 2021. How much of an advantage do you feel like that is to be at that level and being a real race car?
There's pros and cons to it for sure, but you don't have to be in any, like you said, you didn't do any racing growing up, and that's you don't have to be good in this. It's all the repetition stuff. Like for me, just the basics of like, your lines, setting up the passes, racing relatively clean, but also giving guys bumps and stuff and not wrecking them, but still making passes on those type of things. I mean, that's all the type of stuff you learn at short track racing, but no, you don't need to be doing that growing up or racing in real life right now. If you could just log the laps on here and get your reps in, there's guys on here that never touched a real race car and they kick my butt. So I mean,
it's a wild thing.
I'd say just the base knowledge it helps you out with.
That's such a good point. The base knowledge. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a really cool
Beauty.
thing. Yep. I mean, William Byron, he's all the proof we need, right?
Mm-hmm. A little Josh Berry, who knows?
Oh yeah.
Well, Colin, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on your win. Thanks for walking us through those laps, and good luck next week, man. Look forward to talking to you again.
Hell of a burnout.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, and there he is, burning it out with his buddy.
You can tell he has
They
experience.
make it hard on us. Bollinger, let's make it crazy. So he talked about, anybody can make this happen. You just got to put in the laps. I think that's true about most stuff. And thankfully, iRacing, you don't need to have a $15,000 car and pay the gas and all the repairs. Just get out here and get her done on these things.
All it takes is a $5,000 rig, Mean Gene.
Yeah, quiet. We don't tell them. We don't tell our wives that part.
Exactly. Good point. You're right.
We just tell them it's a video game. It's just a video game,
cheap,
like you put in quarters at the arcade.
Yeah,
Not a deal.
This costs as much as a controller. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. All right, so that was a heck of a walkthrough. I think what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and bring to the next segment where we like to interview drivers to let us get to know them. And the driver I bring in this week is Sean Walton. Sean managed to finish second place here in this race. We had already planned to bring Sean onto the show. He had already agreed earlier, very graciously, to come on without knowing where he was going to finish. So it would have been tough. Sean finished 22nd and had to come on, but no, luckily for us and skillfully for him, Sean finished up on that podium in second place. Sean, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
So Sean, great run today. In fact, for your whole team, did you guys put a lot of practice into going into this race tonight, or was there discussion? What was the team preparation going into this?
I mean, last week we had another league race at Homestead, so we were just using that that knowledge that we had from last week.
Was it also next gen?
Here. Oh yeah, it was the next gen race at Homestead. We took what we learned from there and just brought it here. We didn't really practice at all. We just really get in the car and go.
Well, and that strategy seemed to work. And I got to ask you this, Sean. You've been kind of a controversial figure for the league. You've had a couple of run-ins with a couple of drivers. I'm not going to mention their name. That's irrelevant. Who they are. Do you feel though, like especially today, I saw a couple of moments where you could have taken it 3 wide, and I think early in the year you might have done so. But I watched today, there were moments when you backed off, and then there were moments when it looked like you were purposefully aggressive. Have you talked to your teammates, or what is your mentality? How's your mentality changed this year, and has the interaction with the other drivers been a part of this?
I mean, yeah, I've changed. Like my mentality and my attitude towards other people has completely flip-flopped throughout this season. Mainly because I'm at the beginning, like when I first joined this league, I was just immature 18-year-old, just trying to like act like I'm better than everybody else. But then I started like racing with Colin, Daniel, Andrew, and they've kind of like just put in my head that like even when I'm faster than everybody, I don't have to like tell everybody or make it out to seem out to everybody that I'm faster than people. I just need to be chill and calm down, and I think it's worked. I think I've matured a little bit and made people less angry on and off the track. Well,
I definitely saw it tonight. Zach and I were watching, and it seemed like there was a couple of moments where you could have gone 3 wide with Kevin Kyle and Matt Novella. Both of those guys are folks that will spin somebody. And so it seemed like those moments, you either identified them or just that's not in your DNA anymore. And I just wanted to mention that from my perspective and from Zach's, that we see that change, and avoiding that moment was definitely a part, I think, of why you finished in that podium. You had that speed and you didn't need to show it to them, on lap 45. But on the other hand, there was a moment when you were aggressive, and I thought it was the right moment. And that was when you rattled David Owens's cage around lap 69 or 70. Owens was definitely losing position on those tires. You were still fast. Was that a calculated maneuver?
I'm trying to see.
Yeah, can you see the monitor?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Owens is losing here, but he's still taking up a great deal of the track. You can see your teammates, Colin and Andrew, they've made their way through. So you three of you are ready to move, but David blocking a little bit. And here we go. Square. That was a square touch, not causing any damage, but I think it sent a little message. Was that calculated?
Well, I'm a little bit delayed. I got. Hold on a second. Oh yeah. That was. Yeah, I was. He was slower than us, and I didn't want to go to the bottom because I knew I was gonna either wash up or get side drafted down the back stretch by him. So I kind of followed him in the corner, gave him a little bump before the corner, just to let him know I was there and I wasn't gonna go low. So he decided to stay high. I also stayed high, and I pulled it down off the corner to get around him, which I didn't think was gonna work at first because when I tried that earlier in the race, I got loose. But that time it stuck, so I got cleared of him.
And did you see
Well,
what you
I
did to
thought-
him mentally afterwards too? Because afterwards, we'll see it on screen as we're gonna continue to play this. This dude started oversending it, hitting the wall every other lap. Are you watching that in your rearview mirror?
Yeah, because Colin and Andrew were saying that he's just sending it in. I don't know what you did, but he's kind of. But I was like, I don't know if I did anything, but I saw him hit the wall a couple times, trying to get back up to me. I'm pretty sure at one point he did get to my door or to my bumper, but he washed up the track.
You took him to class there.
Yeah, it seemed like, the caution that you showed early in the race, and then there was a level of aggression, but it seemed like the right moment. Yeah, here we go. And he's using his tires to get back up into this position with you.
Yeah, I seen Kyle Larson do that 2 weeks ago.
Didn't work last week for Kyle Larson. Or I should say yesterday for Kyle Larson. But here you go, wrapping the top, and you were so good in the top today, Sean Walton. Like a little bit of a graze. How many times did you graze the wall today? Like ballpark for me.
Oh god. A lot. I hit the wall a lot. It was about 30 times and about 20 times it messed me up. There's probably about one time that it helped me off exit.
Yeah, that right there, though, the just beautiful sequence of your interaction there with David. And I think there is a place for aggression, and that seemed like a controlled move when you hit him with the tap. He stayed high. That gave you that opportunity. And then, just watching him burn his tires off, oversend the car repeatedly. It just seemed to be the perfect spot. Overhand right is not always necessary. Sometimes a jab gets the job done, and that was really clean. So let's go ahead and talk about the playoffs. Zach, can you pull up our playoff picture? So, Sean, you come in, you're the last guy to make it in, and now here we go. If you can see the playoffs up on there, big jump. Still not secured, but with Daniel Smith being a week out, you got to feel a little bit better about this situation, right?
Yeah, and this race it helped me tremendously because I was last coming into the playoffs, and I knew Homestead was gonna be good for me as long as I kept it clean and just kept the car straight. Because I feel like I'm pretty decent. I was pretty decent Homestead, and I just feel like me finishing second. I don't know what I got in the stage, but
I believe you were second in the stage as well. You finished right ahead of Owens.
It kind of gave me a little momentum boost going to Talladega because now I don't have to really be too aggressive at Talladega. which I probably will still be because I like plate racing. But
well, that being said, though, the other fellas, there's going to be a lot of fellas that show up. Only 22 here today. If you're caught up in an early caution and find yourself falling back, you could get caught up back exactly where you started from. The cutoff line, 8th is Medina. You're only 5 ahead of him. Novella is the first eliminated on the current standings, only 7 in front of him. So got a lot of work to do, but you have to appreciate what happened. Let me ask you this. Let's look at those drivers down at the bottom that are below you. Kyle, Medina, Novella, Hillman, Sanders, and Smith. Going into Talladega, which one, if you were going to pick one of those guys to win the race, you have to pick one. Who would it be? Who has the most speed there that you've seen?
Oh, who has the most speed?
Yeah, who do you think could win out of those bottom
plate track and
6 guys?
Daniel Plant, he's hard to beat at plate tracks. He's like, I don't know, something different. He's like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. when it comes to plate tracks. He's always up front. You can't get around him. He knows how to take a push. He knows how to push somebody, and he'll put you in a bad spot, but be able to hold it so the whole field doesn't wreck. But he gets away clean.
Yeah, Daniel Smith, he won at Daytona, so he's already proved that he can win on these super speedways. That'd be rough for you, though, right? To see the lowest guy suddenly get that playoff spot, forcing you to have to do better. And there's our playoff schedule as well. You could see that come up. Next 2 races, you're going to be at Talladega and then Kentucky as well. So Talladega, you say you like those plate tracks. What are you thinking? Top 5 for the 23?
I just hope to keep it clean and at least the top 10. Just add a little more cushion to my gap to the cutoff line going into Kentucky. That would, and just so I don't have to be in a position to where I'm gonna have to win or beat somebody by like 13 spots, something like that.
No, because that's exactly what you did to Thornton and Jax Duvall last week at Chicagoland. So don't want to be in that seat. Want to stay exactly where you are. And I'll tell you what, second place finishes are the way to do that. Sean, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. It's been really wonderful watching your season so far. And with that second place finish, I think you might be a guy making it into the next round as well. But I'm not going to give you the broadcaster jinx, but I am going to give you good luck, my friend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you. That's Sean Walton, driver of the number 23 Toyota, scoring that second place win today. And that guy, I'm telling you, he had some fiery exchanges early in the season, Zach, but really nice to see a kindler, gentler Sean Walton here.
Definitely, me and Jane. I totally agree. It's and right away it starts paying out in dividends, right? Taking up a second place finish at the best time possible. Very valuable points.
Oh, Matt Novella would have killed him. Matt Novella would have killed him. If he took it 3 wide with him and Kevin Kyle, those 2 dudes would have just started throwing punches, bouncing him back and forth.
You're totally right. You're totally right. And look on screen right now, me and Gene. That's a photo that Sean Walton posted in the Discord called "Ripping to Wall" is what he named it in his computer because that's what it showed up in mine. Yeah. And look how close. That's a piece of paper between that 23 car and the wall right there. And the risk was worth the reward today for Sean Walton. And that is the risks and the gambles that Walton should be taking against the racetrack, not his opponents.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's fast on those he's fast on those super speedways, and once he gets past Kentucky, if he's up in that final 8, he'll be a fun guy to watch in that second race. Look at that run right there. All right, so speaking of racing, I think we should take this opportunity before we head out to just talk about a couple of new racing opportunities.
Yeah,
folks are going to have moving forward. Bada bing, bada boom.
We are on VRN after all, me and Gene. So this is one of them. We talked a little bit about this towards the end of the broadcast today. This was the Wednesday night we are talking about. And we're going to be doing this in fixed C trucks, some of the most fun race cars in terms of stock car racing, and some of the most beginner friendly, in my opinion, as well, me and Gene. I've had the pleasure of racing you a few times recently in a truck, and it's been a lot of fun. And as we've talked about a lot here too, my specialty. So I'll be in this league, and we'll also be broadcasting it on Vortex Racing Network. I think some weeks we'll be going live, some weeks we'll be going rebroadcast like we do with different leagues. But it will always be here on VRN, and it'll always be broadcasted. And for this first season, it will also be free. So we are going to be starting our season, I think, around probably mid to late June. But we will be doing a run of exhibition races, and they're starting in early May. About really a month from today is when we're running our first exhibition race for this league. And when I say exhibition, I also kind of mean recruitment, but these aren't your standard recruitment races. They will not be open to the public. They're going to be privately hosted, so you'll need to be signed up for the league already to be eligible for these exhibition races. And why do you want to race them? Besides us choosing 3 great racetracks, they'll be broadcasted on VRN as well. So again, that's why these aren't recruitment races, me and Gene. These are legitimate exhibitions. There'll be trophies on the line, there'll be gear on the line, there'll be giveaways. They're going to be a lot of fun, and they're going to be challenging our drivers and giving everybody on the spectator end and on the driver side a taste for what the DDI Racing League is going to be like. But check them out and check us out at it's going to be all on the Vortex Racing Network website. So as you can see in the link below there, it's vortexracingnetwork.com/DDIRL, so DDI Racing League, or just go to vortexracingnetwork.com and you'll see on our top menu there a link to get to the DDI Racing League and get signed up. It's totally free this season, and it will be free for our the maiden season guys, me and Gene. It's going to be free for them for as long as we can possibly make it. This league, and for the aspirations we have and the things we want to accomplish, it will not be a free league forever, but for the guys who believed in it and were there for the first season and ran the minimum amount of races to be eligible for the playoffs, those guys will be, we're going to do everything we can to make it free for them, or at least very generously discounted, because we are going to very much appreciate who joins this league and who can make this and really help out this channel, me and Gene, and make it even more of what we have planned here. But yeah, this is a really exciting league that we have coming up. Some truck racing, which we have already seen on Thursdays how exciting that can be as they're entering their playoffs next week with already one playoff race in. David Owens winning that one as well. But yeah, I'm excited for this one, me and Gene, and we talked a little about Fridays as well. I don't have a flyer for that one as well, but we can definitely talk a little bit about that, right?
Yep, absolutely. So we're moving forward, broadcasting on four different nights. We'll have the Sunday afternoon broadcast of Next Gen Cups. Monday night in a different league will be Next Gen Cups. Wednesday night will be trucks. And Thursday night, we will be broadcasting another truck league as well. And then we move into Fridays. Fridays will still be on the MRL broadcasting network, but Friday ARCA series is starting up. That's right, those brand new ARCA cars that everybody finds so sexy
and fun.
That league is going to be run by and fun.
Oh my god!
Just don't wear out your tires, boys.
No.
It's going to be Friday nights, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time practice, and 11 o'clock will be the race. Again, all times Eastern. There is a 3,000 iRating cap for that, but Friday night ARCA racing, you can leave a message here in the chat or reach out to Joe Volpus or any of the MRL admins if you happen to know them, but go ahead and leave a message right here. We can get you in touch. So again, moving forward, 4 different races, 4 different nights that we'll be covering races here, as well as other opportunities within the Bonfire Race League and the Moonlight Racing League as well. So lots of exciting stuff as we are pushing forward here. But definitely want to give you guys the opportunity to hop in and get involved with these 2 first-year leagues. Be one of the founding drivers. Who knows? Maybe you might get a special decal on the back of your bumper that says founding driver. That would be cool.
Yeah, maybe we can make something like that happen. I mean, anything is possible, just like the side of my race car always says. And yeah, just to touch a little bit on that Friday Night League, I ran their 2 out of 3. Actually, I may have ran all 3 of their recruitment races. No, 2 out of 3, I'm sorry. And one of them was Iowa, and the other was Michigan. Iowa, me and Gene, I am not exaggerating. I have, at this point, ran, I think, close to 1,000 races on this service in just over about 3.5 years. And I think that was the best track and car combination I have felt in my entire life. I cannot describe how much fun I had in that race. I wish it was 1,000 miles long, that race. I didn't want it to end. And
Wow.
it was unbelievable, man. The best way I could describe it, and it sounds weird, but if you know sim racing, I guess you'll know what I mean here. It felt like a video game, because this isn't one. This is a simulator, and it certainly feels like one. But it felt like a video game, Eugene. Whatever I wanted that ARCA car to do, it just did it. It planted in the corners. Every run, every time I put on fresh tires, I'd send it in a little bit deeper every time. And I can't tell you how many times in my head I went, surely it won't stick here. And it did. And it did. What an unbelievable race car iRacing built there. And if that's what the ARCA car feels like, then I want to get myself in a real race car, and I don't care what it costs, because I'm going to kick some ass in that thing. But
I'll buy you one of them Mazdas. Get into one of those
Those
Mazdas.
Miatas. I've been at that for a long time. Miatas are. We can have a whole Inside the Mayhem about Miata pricing nowadays, me and Gene. Since the pandemic, Miatas have been so overpriced to where killer dream.
If all of a sudden the DDI league goes from free admission to $700, we'll know it's supporting your Miata, right?
You know why, exactly.
I also got to clarify. I'm looking in the chat there. I got to clarify. Earlier, I said that when Sean Walton was going to get between Matt Novella and Kevin Kyle, I said Kevin would spin him. Kevin won't spin anybody, but Kevin definitely would have had the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. He was one of the victims of Sean Walton's maturation earlier in the season. So I'm just thinking about who would have motivation.
Did he threaten you in the Discord DMs or something? The Kevin Kyle.
Oh yeah, he threatened my power rating. Look at that joke. Joe said my power rating.
Wow.
I'm gonna go from number 19 to number 20 in the Bonfire Race League power rating.
We knew it was only a matter of time until he used that to just rule his kingdom in the worst way possible.
That's right. He's gonna take a set of tires. I'm gonna lose a set of tires maybe next week at
He's gonna Rick Homestead. You. Yeah, you're gonna feel like Jared Kelly.
But I wanted to clarify that Kevin Kyle is not out there spinning people. But
never, no, never, ever.
He would have had the motivation. And he was one of the victims of Sean Walton's early exploits in this season. But again, Sean has kinder, gentler Sean has finds himself in that playoff hunt. And Kevin Kyle's not going to spin anybody except maybe me after this broadcast.
I mean, that's our fault. I don't think Kevin Kyle has done anything wrong in his entire life, if you actually think about it. Just the most perfect human being we know.
Except unless he shaves that mustache. If he shaves that mustache, then I will be sad.
I won't be his friend.
I grew mine back because of him.
Yeah,
you know that? I grew mine back because of him.
I can't get that thing. I can't get mine anywhere near as thick as his, but that goes with a lot of things around with Kevin Kyle. So
Well, we do the Sunday stream. We do the Sunday stream of the NASCAR event. I think all of us should at some point just try to shave mustaches or put fake ones on, and we could all be looking like Kevin Kyle.
Whatever gets that loser back into the live streams with us, Kevin Kyle, we miss you. And honestly, we should stop being nice to him until he comes back in the live stream. So,
all right, we'll fix
Kevin
it
Kyle
Sunday.
spins people all the time. You heard it here.
Look at you. All right, so guys, that is going to wrap up our show. Thank you so much for joining us inside the Mayhem. It has been a blast. Thank you so much for our guests, Colin Bollinger and Sean Walton, for coming on. Thank you all of the comments that you guys have had. Great interaction. Awesome. Really appreciate y'all giving us this love. As we're going to continue to put on these broadcasts and get our algorithm moving up for these slots so that we can get more and more viewers across more and more platforms. Just a reminder, go ahead and subscribe if you have not. The VRN giveaway is in full effect. And once we hit 50, we're going to do that little drawing, and it is going to be a big old prize for somebody. And then after that, we'll just go up and up. And yeah, one day we're going to get a Joey Logano die cast, and I'm going to cheat. I'm telling you now, I'm going to cheat, and just somehow I'm going to win.
Gene, we're trying to do giveaways that people want to win. I have Joey Logano stuff.
Oh, it'll be a loss.
Exactly. I'm like, why
it'll
can't
be a punishment.
We can do, like, after we hit 50, I'll do a giveaway for a Joe Logano thing to 51 and watch how long it takes.
Nice. Immediate victory. Well, guys, thank you so much again. It has been my pleasure. Going to sign off on behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, our sponsors, Chantilly Lace, KK Woodwork, DDI. Thank you so much to our leagues that make this possible. MRL, admins, John Beverly, David Owens, Joe Volpis, and Steve Fugay. I'm going to say that right one day.
I don't know which one it is. Is it Fugay?
I don't know. I like
get
Fugit, but I know that's wrong.
I get really fancy with it, and I go Fugay, but I think it might be Fugit.
Yeah, I know.
We'll find
I hate
out.
that. Joe will fix me one day.
We should probably ask
So
him.
much
He's a great
fun.
guy.
He is. Yes, he runs our Thursdays. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening inside the Mayhem. Mean Gene checking out. Bottoms up and hammer down.